Good morning, 9 o'clock now, time for Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus. And talk about an A+ weather forecast for this time of year this year.
Well, given where we've been, I mean, last week, I mean, it was winter break for many kids, and it was so cold. This week is going to be vastly different.
And, you know, you're going to head out the door and you're going to say, it still feels cold. It still feels cold. Because right now we've got the clouds in
and
play.
There's a breeze, and there is a snowpack, so when a breeze blows across the snowpack, it kind of chills the air a little.
Air conditioning, Right,
but we're above freezing.
We're going to get some snow melt, too. So that is awesome.
And it's a gradual melt. You don't want a rapid melt.
I just want to be able to clear my driveway without breaking my back.
No kidding. Lots of driveways kind of encased in ice for the last 7 to 10 days. We're going to begin to melt some of that. 46 today, tonight, 38 tomorrow, 38. So the number's not going to move much during the day tomorrow. There could be a few rain showers tomorrow. Today's story, though, will be the mild air and the wind, as Pete mentioned, 20, 30 miles an hour, gusting to 40 miles an hour. And then tomorrow, highs in the upper 30s to around 40. There could be some rain showers, it looks like. Mainly tomorrow morning is what we're thinking. So just a lot of high and mid-level clouds now. The breeze is beginning to increase out ahead of this feature here that will stir up the wind. The rain and snow with it will stay north of us. Behind it, though, is another system that may bring us some rain showers, as I mentioned, tomorrow. But we're going to see the breeze today. We're in the warm sector, south of the warm front, east of the cold front. This is where temperatures are warmer. And that's where we're going to live today. There are the wind speeds gusting to around 35 to 40 to 45 miles an hour. Wind speeds relaxing a bit as we head into the evening hours and tonight, but still a little breezy. And tomorrow, less wind. So future look shows the dry weather today, temperatures climbing into the 40s. Tonight, a mild night compared to where we've been, temperatures in the 30s. So we're going to continue to slowly melt our snowpack even overnight, and then there comes the rain showers tomorrow morning. Yes, this is showing some snowflakes in the hills primarily, nothing really accumulating tomorrow. And then those showers will be out of here by tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures very close to 40 degrees. So today, mild and breezy, mostly cloudy. South winds 15 to 25, gusting though, close to 35 to 40 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, not very cold at all, 38. Long-range forecast, so rain showers tomorrow morning, and then later Wednesday into Thursday, some rain showers, a little colder for Friday. The start of March, which is Saturday, some rain and snow showers possible. Colder on Sunday with highs in the 20s. Rain showers again for the south towns tomorrow. For the southern tier, it might be a rain and snow mix. Same for Thursday, a chance of some snow showers, Peter, it looks like, on Friday. And then a little cooler come Sunday.
Very good. It's going to be actually warm enough for the salt to work.
Right. didn't do much of anything.
Right.
We had a salt shortage, but whatever salt that we did have didn't have much to do because it just can't effectively melt anything when it's been that cold.
Absolutely. Well, you know, the best part about Daybreak Plus is we get to talk a little bit longer than on a lot of the stories that we had in Daybreak. And this morning we had one, Josh Allen. He's continuing to pull in accolades. He is now part of the University of Wyoming Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2025. Now, before being drafted 7th overall by the Bills back in 2018, Allen played 3 seasons in Laramie, throwing 44 touchdowns, 57 total, and being All Mountain West selection in 2016. Allen is set to be inducted in early September. And the main question I have is, if it took him this many years to be inducted, who else is in the Wyoming Hall of Fame?
Okay, we're going to wait until he gets like an MVP award, then we'll consider it.
But it's funny, you know, with a guy like Josh, we talk every day on the phone. No, I'm just kidding. But the image that we all have of Josh Allen, humility, humble, just loves being a Buffalo Bill. It seems like he loves everywhere he's been, every step, because he's had to prove himself. And and disprove the naysayers. And Wyoming was no different. Wyoming was the one college that took a chance on this kid out of California.
We've all heard a story. He wrote letters to all sorts of D1 and D2 schools, and nobody really responded. And Wyoming did, and of course, that's where he flourished.
Yeah, and so I've got to believe that, he was named MVP this year, but I've got to believe this Hall of Fame honor at his alma mater has got to mean the world to him as well.
I bet it does. I mean, 3 years there, and he was, will serve a legacy. And playing in, it almost seems to be the perfect spot for him to germinate.
No friends.
Wyoming.
Just it, Laramie.
Just
the king of Laramie.
Yes, and it's a beautiful spot. You've been there. It's gorgeous. Anyway, who cares what it looks like? Just as a school and a legacy, this is going to be a great place where he can hang his hat.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, James Cook's future as the Buffalo Bills running back is still a bit unclear. He's made a lot of headlines and a lot of social media fodder after he removed the majority of his Bills-related pictures on social media. It's been reported that he's seeking a contract of $15 million per year. In fact, he put the total $15 million on his social media. And Cook appeared on a podcast with Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe to talk about his value to the team.
What do you say to the people that says, man, James Cook don't deserve to be the highest paid running back? I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, I feel like we just going against running backs. Right. And I feel like we deserve to get paid. And because when it come down to the back end of the season, we play a big part of it. Like, so however they want to take it, then I'm standing with the running back. We deserve it.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong again. Now, it's reported that there were a phone call between a lot of the top running backs, yourself and McCaffrey and Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, and I think Josh Jacobs was on that call. When you guys had that call, if you were on that call, what was that discussion?
We valuable and we deserving what we need because we in the trenches every time. We bang. When they come down to the stretch, you gotta run the ball.
Right.
So it's like how is we not valuable? Mm-hmm. Like, how is we not valuable? If we can, the back end of the season, you have to run the ball when it's snowing. Y'all don't get 6 feet of snow. So when you put this, like, we got to run the ball. Right. So it's like, what more can you, like, how is we not valuable? Like,
so he's getting on the phone with all the other, and it seems like the union of running backs is kind of putting the foot down.
I kind of get that. I mean, the running back position kind of ebbs and flows in its value.
Right.
Back in the day, in the 90s when running backs were like the highest paid player on the team, it just seemed like the running back's significance isn't as great as it may have used to be. And I guess he's trying to support, this is the position, I want the most money for my position, not just for me, but other running backs.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool that they're all getting together and say, let's bring value back to the position. Because let's not forget that the last two Buffalo Bills to win the MVP before Josh were running backs.
Thurman and
a guy named OJ.
Oh, no, Jay.
That guy.
That's right.
That guy. But but you hear the talk with all the pundits saying that, almost saying running backs are a dime a dozen. But James Cook is
I don't know.
Pretty good. So.
That guy, James Cook, despite what you think about his postseason behavior, every time he touched the ball was kind of magic.
Right.
Right.
But the other thing that you got to keep in mind is there's only so much money to spread around,
right.
Even though the salary cap
did go up.
Yep. So
you got a lot of people to play.
But we will see. Yeah. It's the Cook chapter is still open. We'll see how it's written. And the offseason speculation also continues. Speaking about big bucks to surround Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. He has publicly requested a trade because he wants the chance to compete for a Super Bowl. Well, The Athletic recently posted an article naming the Bills as the top landing spot for Garrett at this point. And we'll take a look at the trade proposal that's been thrown out there. The Bills would get Myles Garrett, a 5th-round pick next year, and a 7th-round pick in 2027. Meanwhile, the Browns would get our 1st-round pick this year, A.J. Epinesa, and a 4th rounder in 2027. Now, I love the way Epinesa plays.
I do too. And
when he's on.
Yeah, he's had some flashes as well. When he has good games, they're good games.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people say, well, do we want to give an asset like that up for, but I mean, theoretically, Myles Garrett's going to come in and take care of what you're losing with Epinesa.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm a little gun shy with, Von Miller's been a good player, a good leader.
But his numbers are not.
His numbers weren't.
supportive.
I mean, well, and part of it was injury, and he's a little older in age, and so you get kind of gun shy, I think, when you're thinking going all in on a defensive end.
Yeah, a defensive end, and Garrett's upper 20s too.
I think he's third.
Maybe
upper
30s,
maybe
yeah.
29, 31.
But I mean, he's no rookie either. So, but we'll see how that plays out. But did you watch the Sabres game on Saturday?
I certainly heard about it. 8-2, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you did, yeah. The Sabres coming out of the Four Nations break firing on all cylinders. They blew out the Rangers 8-2 at KeyBank Center on Saturday. And, I mean, the game came on. We were kind of watching it in the background. We were at an establishment with some live music going on. It's like, oh, my God, they scored again. 5 goals in the first period by the Sabres. Rasmus Dahlin with 2, Tage Thompson with 2, Ryan McLeod with 2 goal nights, and the Sabres still last place in the East, but they've now won 5 of their last 6, and importantly, they started the second half of the season on a winning note.
I think just keeping it simple. Getting to our game, both teams took 2 weeks off, and I think kind of just the first team to get to their game was going to come with that win, and we got to it quicker, and it went our way.
How good did you feel first of all after the break? Then you got 3 practices in, and as Mike was saying earlier, they were high-speed practices. How much did that help that you guys could get off to a good start in this one?
Yeah, they were no joke, those skates. I think it really got us ready for the game. Kind of got all the bad stuff out of our bodies and out of our legs, and I think it showed we came up flying.
I think it was a really good step coming into the second half of the season. We really need every single point we can get, so really good start. We just got to continue to build off this.
Yeah, I thought, it started with practice at the beginning of the week, how hard we practiced, how well we practiced. That all paid dividends. I thought we came out well. I thought played a strong game throughout. Obviously, their power play is dangerous and gave them a couple looks, but real solid 60 minutes.
Yeah, I was at one of the practices, and Lindy had him going. I mean, and he was holding them accountable, very up-tempo, and obviously it paid off. And you look at Rasmus Dahlin, talk about going to war. I mean, he's got the pack up one nostril, the nick on the nose. I mean, it's great to see how they came out.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that was a benefit for the Sabres not having a ton of representation in the Four Nations was the fact that a lot of guys were able to, heal up from the bumps and bruises. Tage Thompson looked fantastic.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you need a 10, 14-day break just to kind of, get your act back together.
I can't promise 10 to 14 days, but we are going to take a quick break right now, just for a little bit.
We could use that kind of break.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Professional baseball player Jackie Robinson became the first African American to play in Major League Baseball in the modern era. Robinson broke the color line when he started at first base for the Brooklyn Dodgers. 2 on Your Side proudly celebrates Black History Month.
All right, welcome back. And now to our top stories this morning. The statewide prison strikes are entering a critical period. Mediation between the state and the union representing corrections officers will begin today. While this happens, the National Guard will remain on duty at the prisons. 2 on Your Side will be following the latest to come from these mediation sessions and the discussions, and we'll report on it every day until this is complete. And the Erie County Democratic Committee has also issued their endorsement. They're endorsing Sean Ryan in the Buffalo mayor's race, despite some pushback from members about the process and the lack of confidentiality. The vote was unanimous for Ryan. Democratic primary vote for the official Democratic mayoral candidate will take place June 24th. Garnell Whitfield, Chris Scanlon, Rashid Wyatt, James Payne, Michael Gaynor, and Maggie Harder also remain in the race. In the town of Tonawanda, there are plans to take legal action now against the police union there. The town board says the town of Tonawanda Police Club participated in what they're calling an unlawful strike, with police officers refusing to write traffic tickets for about 3 weeks. These claims could be in violation of the civil service law, the Taylor Law. The issue is scheduled to be discussed during the town board meeting tonight. A University of Minnesota team is searching for a new wine grape that can survive the coldest Minnesota winter. NBC's Gordon Severson has more.
So this is the sweet flight, if you can believe it.
When most people taste wine,
Wine number one.
they're searching for flavor.
Ooh, that one.
I quite like the aroma.
A good smell and a good taste.
Scented wood note, almost like it had been in a barrel.
But here at the University of Minnesota Horticultural Center,
Very complex aroma.
they're searching for perfection.
For us, this is like finding the needle in a haystack.
Soonli Tay has searched many haystacks during his time as the director of grape breeding here at the U of M, searching for that special grape
The dry cherry.
that has
Very nice.
everything.
I want you to be cold hardy. At the same time, you better be resistant to these diseases. But while you're at it, make sure you taste so good.
Definite color.
It's a tall order to find a grape that consumers want to drink and growers want to grow.
So overall a 6.
Here in Minnesota, it's not enough for the wine to taste good.
And the pH went up.
It also has to survive the coldest winter imaginable.
We recognize how expensive it is for growers to replace the vines if they need to rip it up.
The last red grape to achieve this status was the Marquette grape nearly 20 years ago.
This is our wine library.
Drew Horton is the research winemaker on the team. He says Marquette was the reason he moved to Minnesota,
Clarion is our newest grape.
hoping one day he could find a grape
I made quite a bit of it this year.
just as special.
Have we made the next great grape? Have we got one?
The one may be here in this tasting.
One of the one that we tasted today was the one that we have tasted for several years to be good.
It's only taken us 10 years to kind of even out.
Tay says if the vines continue to survive and the wine tastes good,
Very aromatic.
they will consider naming it and releasing it to local winemakers.
A little tart.
And that would be a monumental achievement,
Drew, what was your finish?
I gave it a 1.
considering it normally takes more than 10,000 tries
I gave it a 2.
2.
to find that one special grape.
It is like expecting your child to run as fast as Usain Bolt, to swim as fast as Michael Phelps, still be athletic and agile in different areas. And while you're at it, you need to be academically excellent. So we are really expecting a lot from our vines.
So even if that wine they really like today does become the next best thing, they say it could be another 3 to 5 years of research here, and then they have to convince the wineries to start growing it. And as we've learned, it takes a few years on the vine before you can start making wine out of it. So don't expect to see that for another 10 to 15 years.
We have a lot of cold weather grapes around here, Pete, right?
Yeah, we do. I mean, they're trying to come up with a new grape. I mean,
Yeah, that's
cold weather grapes. We've got ice wine.
We got ice
We've
wine.
got ice wine here.
Right.
So, yes.
It does take a while, no doubt about it. All right, let's get to it. Show you what we've got. A warmer week ahead, especially today. Temperatures into the 40s. It'll be breezy with gusts in the 40s today, 40 to 45 miles an hour. Rain showers possible tomorrow. Not today, though. Despite the clouds, it'll be breezy and mild. This system here is what's going to kick up the wind today. This system here is the next one. That brings us a chance of some rain showers come Tuesday. Okay, that's tomorrow. Wind speeds today kind of increasing as we head into the afternoon. Gusts to 40 to maybe 45 miles an hour. Skies kind of cloudy today with temperatures in the mid-40s with that breeze. And then for tonight, we're going to see overnight lows in the 30s. It's going to stay mild tonight. Overnight lows well above freezing. Here come those rain showers tomorrow morning. Yes, this is showing snow. The hills could see some wet snowflakes, but really not accumulating anything. But it's going to be a morning affair. The afternoon, it should dry out a bit with temperatures still upper 30s, close to 40 degrees. So here we go. Today, it says tomorrow. Today, 46. Tomorrow, we're going to be right around 40, 38 tonight, 38 actually tomorrow with some rain showers, especially in the morning. Later Wednesday into Thursday, another chance of some rain showers. Some snow showers on Friday. Doesn't look heavy. This is kind of just a push of some cooler air. A little rain and snow mix for Saturday. And then for the south towns in the southern tier, rain and snow showers tomorrow. Wednesday, some showers of rain late in the day, and then a rain and snow mix. Pete, don't you like that? Showers of rain.
Showers of rain.
It's kind of like you have a chicken leg or a leg of lamb.
Showers of rain. I giggle every time you say showers of rain. I love it.
It just sounds more whimsical. It sounds like on the morrow, there were showers of rain on the landscape. I
love when you get fancy.
Rain showers, that's easier.
All right, yes indeed. Well, we continue to celebrate Black History Month, and Two on Your Side is taking the time to highlight Western New York's Black heritage and the change makers who are empowering the community for a better tomorrow. In a Two on Your Side special airing this afternoon, we'll recognize those who are paving the way for future generations. That includes local musician Will Holton, who is following in the footsteps of legends before his time.
Whether it be Chuck Berry with the blues, whether it be Earth, Wind & Fire with funk and soul, whether it be James Brown, who's the godfather of soul and also the godfather of hip hop. Many people have adapted from African Americans, whether it be fashion, music, whatever. We're the trendsetters.
And as we celebrate Black History Month, we invite you to join us this afternoon. We'll highlight Western New York's Black heritage. Join Two on Your Side and Claudine Ewing for our special that is at 3 o'clock this afternoon, right here on Channel 2 and on WGRZ+. You can also download it and watch it for free on your TV. Now, speaking of history, we're also celebrating a big anniversary here in Buffalo. There was a big celebration for Queen City's music scene at the Buffalo History Museum yesterday. The Colored Musicians Club and Jazz Museum is now 108 years old. The club, originally founded in 1917, was renamed 18 years later.
A musician back then of color couldn't join the white union, so they had their own, which they would do back then. And for 18 years, they kind of bounced around within that corridor. And then finally, in 1934, they would acquire 145 Broadway, and a year later, they would incorporate what we know today as the Colored Musicians Club.
And many longtime members of the club were in attendance last night. It was held at the History Museum because the Colored Musicians Club is undergoing major renovations, and it's going to be spectacular once it opens. We also want to start your Monday off by putting a smile on your face. Cute puppies, how about that? Maybe like some beers.
Oh,
check this
Susan.
out. Yeah, pet owners came out with their dogs to Fatty Beer Company for Beers with the Barkery. This was the downtown location of Fatty on Genesee Street, and guest bartenders from the Buffalo Barkery got behind the bar for a good cause. And the event helped raise money, which will now be donated to Queen City Pitties, a local pit bull rescue organization. And the Barkery is awesome. If you haven't visited, it's on Allen Street, and it's kind of a puppy boutique, if you can imagine that. You go in there, and they've got all kinds of these locally made crafts, these locally made treats for the dogs. It's just a cool setting, and nice to see them giving back to the canine community.
That's awesome, man. We got 3 of them ourselves, and I saw that little French bulldog in there. That is one of the great dog faces ever.
Yes, exactly right. My daughter's got a 3-legged bulldog mix, and it is just the best meatball. I mean, the rescues and the mutts, they're all great. So. And there are so many organizations for you to support out there. Please do so. Yep. But great day to take the dog for a walk today.
Finally.
Tomorrow it's going to smell like wet dog.
It is.
Thanks for joining us for Daybreak Plus. Have a great day.